This possibly is the greatest fight in Bleach history. Possibly, if not at least top 10. The fight between Kenpachi and Urahara must be at least one of the top 10 fights in this series. I'll allow my African Asian. As you can hear, I'm a little bit sick. Episode 10 of the new Bleach series. My God, what an episode. Let's not waste any more time. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let's just get into it. Kenpachi, he started the clock now. On last episode, Urahara was killing her. Actually, I'm just going to call her Retsu. It's short, easier to pronounce. Retsu was just killing Kenpachi over and over again. And now he's starting to clock. Every time he blacks out, comes back, he's getting stronger. That's what he's noticing. But he doesn't realize who's causing it. And throughout this fight, we get like flashbacks and back and forth between past and present, where we see when Retsu first had her fight with Kenpachi. At the start, she was looking for a strong opponent to fight. She was using it as like an excuse, I'm just killing criminals. I'm just getting rid of all the evildoers in the district. And one of her subordinates like, look, you don't need to lie. We know what we're doing here. I can see this giant body pile you left. And Retsu's like, whoa, I didn't leave this here. And at the top of this body pile, you see this body start to climb over. And lo and behold, it's Child Kenpachi. And Child Kenpachi jumps down from the top of the pile and manages to cut Retsu as a surprise attack, and that causes the infamous scar she has on her chest, right? Because it's this opening scene, blah blah blah, and then Kenpachi's starting to improve. From previous fights, he was on the back foot, not making any, good hits, but just slightly avoiding getting cut. Now he's making counter moves, he's avoiding attacks, he's reading her. So he's definitely improving from getting killed and coming back, getting killed and coming back. And so he's feeling reborn with each new blackout. And Retsu explains why she's doing it this way. It's because Kenpachi, since the very beginning, has been unconsciously limiting his power. And she goes back to the first fight again. She's thinking about how him and her had a good time. They were enjoying the fight because they never met anyone who can match them in single hand, swords play. But surprisingly, on that day, young Kenpachi was stronger than Retsu. And it looked like he was going to win the fight. But he noticed that he was winning. So he, unknowingly to himself, he started to suppress his power more and more just because he was having a great time. He was just having the time of his life. And he didn't want it to end, because that's Kenpachi in a nutshell. He loves the fight. That's the name and game of him. Doesn't matter. He doesn't care about the soul society. He doesn't care about protecting those from evil. He just loves to fight. And so in order to keep this going, he suppresses his power more and more. And Retsu blames herself for not being strong enough for this. She thinks back to his fights with Ichigo and Noitra, why he won and lost on very small margins. But she realized that every time he nearly died, he comes back stronger. And so she's made this plan to do, if that's the way you get stronger, I'm going to kill you and bring you back. Kill you and bring you back. Just so you can become stronger and stronger. I'm going to wake you up. This must be hell, to continually die and come back. When we get to the Chainsaw Man episode, something similar happens with Denji. But I feel like for Kenpachi, this is just pure ecstasy. And as we get later into the episode, my man is basically edging himself right now. He is just completely near the edge of just busting a nut. For all intents and purposes, he's nearly busted a nut. Let's just say that. And so, all the harder for a minute, she backs off. And she congratulates Kenpachi on making it this far before she activates her Bankai, Minezuki. And it's just, she coats the blade in this blood. And then the entire environment is just surrounded in blood. And they engage again. No, before that, Kenpachi is just happy because he knows Minezuki is taking this seriously now. And he just screams for joy. There's a literal just scream of just yes, because he knows it's about to go down right now. And so they go and engage again. He manages to cut her, but the blood instantly heals. And then she begins attacking him using the blood from the environment. Just through this absolute chaos, Kenpachi is just having the time of his life. He's still getting hit, he's still being knocked down, but he's enjoying every single moment of it. Every single moment of it. And then he starts to realize, I'm waking up. I'm becoming what I was all those years ago. I'm returning to what I was before I joined the Soul Society. And Retsu, she's been waiting for this for ages. Been waiting just to fight the real Kenpachi again. And she even states that that's the reason why they've built their abilities up to this point. Kenpachi has suppressed his power so the fight could drag on. Retsu has healed herself so the fight could go on. Everything that they do is in aid to make the fight go on. But this is who they are. They are Kenpachis. They are the strongest of the strong. They are there to fight. But ultimately, she knew that there could only be one Kenpachi in one era. And on the day that she fought for Kenpachi and she beat him, she knew this would be the next one. And she vows to bring him back. And it works. Kenpachi lays the killing blow. But Kenpachi isn't happy. He realized this is it. The fight's over, the fun's over. There's no more to be done after this. And he actually screams in pain. He's saddened. He wants the fight to continue. But Retsu, she's happy. She's done what she set out to do. She's reignited Kenpachi. And she knows that Kenpachi won't be alone for long. She knows there might be a period where he's bored because he's strong. But at the end of the day, that's the way it works. And Retsu passes away. And the fight is over. My God, what a fight. I'm telling you, this is one of the best fights in the entire series. I need to do like a video on her Bankai, because it's very interesting. Or just a video on her, to be honest. She's a very interesting character. I'm kind of sad that she's gone, actually. But hey, that's the way it works around here. This last scene we get with Kenpachi before we move on. He hears his voice saying, whoa, I've been waiting for you for a while now. I've been waiting for you to wake up. I've been waiting for you since that very first day. Let me take this drink of coffee. Coffee break. Lovely. And when he turns around, it's his sword. And the sword says, it's finally time that I tell you, my name is. The scene cuts. And just like a little spoiler, at the end of this episode, Kenpachi leaves with his sword in hand and gives Retsu her sword to lay in rest. Beautiful fight scene. Really love this fight. But now we have to move on, sadly. We go back to Ichigo and Renji as they arrive at the Huden. Of course, they crash landed on top of Kon. You know, Kon, the spirit, he's not supposed to be there. But when they get there, it's just black. There's no one there. There's no one around. And then all of a sudden, a stage lighting appears. Speakers appears. And everyone is there. When I say everyone, these cute girls are there. And lo and behold, on the stage is Etsu, introducing himself as the creator of all zanpakuto. And he does it in English. Like, if you see One Piece, you know the episode where Queen is making that grand entrance? This is what this is. Etsu making his grand entrance, and he's saying, you know, I'm the creator in English, you know. Just, if you watch any anime and they speak English and they have that accent, that's what it sounds like right here. Obviously, I can't play it for copyright reasons, but hey ho, that's the way it works. And so, Ichigo and Renji, just like, whoa, what is this shit? I don't know about this. And Etsu, he welcomes them. He's like, yo, what's good, bro? Tries to do a cool handshake, but they don't do it back. And this is where Etsu shows his double side and his unpredictability. He's like, you guys are not fun at all. I don't even know if you guys should even be here. And so he makes them perform this like weird sort of pleading bow thing, where they like have to stand, not even stand, like bow like on the floor, but then lean on your hands and say please. At first they don't want to do it, but realizing they're not going to progress unless they do it. And the guy's a prick. He took a picture of them and showed all the girls in the area, until this one girl, her name is Mero, kicks him and says, you're taking too long, let's go. And so they take him to the real Hoden, right? And it's like this run down, ugly place. And Etsu and Kon are like, I don't want to be here. This is not fun. This is ugly. And so Ichigo and Renji, they go in and they fall into this great ditch. And Etsu reveals that he questions that you guys are soul reapers, right? Did you not know that every woman you've seen is a zanpakuto? I made them. How are you soul reapers if you guys can't tell the difference? And so he raises both their zanpakutos and is like, you guys are supposed to be soul reapers, but you guys don't even know the first thing about zanpakuto. And he smashes them. Why is Ichigo's sword always getting smashed? I think Aizen smashed it. I think Grimjaw may have smashed it. Someone else smashed his sword. Oh, just recently in this current arc, U-Hawk's second in command smashed his sword. His sword is always getting smashed. And so he explains that where they are now, they are surrounded by the anger of zanpakutos. And he says, I don't fix the swords of losers. So if you live, if you survive, I will fix your sword for you. And so he explains that what they're surrounded by is called assailant. And basically what they are is, after new members of the Soul Society court guards get the temporary one, when they pass and they get made official, they get assailant. And through training and just spending time with it, it becomes the zanpakuto. It becomes this personal zanpakuto that fits their soul, their purpose. And he explains that they're angry because they're being treated rubbish. They're getting smashed, they're getting chipped, they're getting destroyed. And so they're angry at the way they're being treated. And so he just lets them have it. They say, I'll come back, I'll see how you guys are doing, but just have fun and let's see what happens. 3 days passed. Etsu comes back and he says, well, Renji, you done well. You have passed. I'm going to fix your zanpakuto. Ichigo, you failed. Like, Ichigo, he doesn't want to give up. He's like, yo, cool, let me just get back up. Come on, man, let's not do this. And Etsu explains, no Asauchi picked him because you're not a Shinigami, and so you have to leave and never come back because you're not a Soul Reaper, and this place is only for Soul Reapers. Ichigo, he's pissed. He's like, what? How dare you? And he tries to attack him, but Etsu, he does some like spell and casts him out, but he doesn't land back at home. It looks like he may have time traveled. And then when we go back, Etsu's explaining, look, he still has some work to do, but he needs to realize who he is before we can progress any further. So it's interesting. Maybe we're going to get like a little flashback scene just to see what's going on. Maybe just going to see what exactly is Ichigo about. But yeah, it's an interesting episode. I'm glad to see the pace is keeping up. Great fight scene, as I said, probably a numerous amount of times. But yeah, lots of things to talk about. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm Loudmouth Canadian. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.